This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. So you're tired of Blood Rage. You've played it 9 million times. You've beaten your friends. You know how to do the Loki thing. You know how you've tried every combination of things, and now, well, you still love the game and you'll keep playing the game, but you have all those wonderful painted figures and you don't know what to do with them. It's sitting on the shelf, looking down at you, and it's saying, you know, we can do something with those figures, especially if you have all the Kickstarter stuff. Well, there's something that just came out from Osprey Games. That's correct. Ragnarok. And let me just tell you this much. Oh my. We have just found a second purpose. Not only for that great board game, but you could take those figures out and play this. Now, is it any good? Let's go down to the table and check. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. First of all, I can't wait to show you some of this stuff. This is just content, of course. It runs off what is called the Morpheus engine core, which it breaks down everything. It talks about the worlds of Ragnarok. I'm sorry, I have a hard time saying that, so forgive me, as always. Attack, melees, and then of course it breaks down your weapons, war clans, the Jarl. Of course, we're going to have the Jarl in it, and then you actually have god powers which come into play. Campaign play, how to play this all the way through as a campaign, which I think is fantastic. A ton of scenarios. It comes with 6 scenarios: animals, wolves, elementals. Whew, boy, I mean, somebody wanted to make something that was very, very smart, and I think this is just fantastic. I love what Osprey does. Now, of course, it's going to give you plenty of backstory on how everything comes to an end, and all the different things, but then it breaks down what is considered the Morpheus engine core rules. So what it's going to do when you see later on, it's going to have the model's name, the faction, action points. Now, action points are already assigned. So depending on what it does, typically there are two action points that you can use. So you can move, attack, you can interact with things on the battlefield and objectives, or activate abilities. You have health points, speed, melee attack. Now here's something a little different. There's 2 things to there's also an MR, which is melee ranged, not ranged, reach, melee reach. And what that does is a melee attack, you're going to be in base contact, but melee reach, you have to be within 2 inches, and so you'll still be able to take a swing with your big weapon. You're going to have resilience, which is going to prevent damage and so forth and so on. This likes to run in 28 mil. Well, guess what? So is yeah, you got it, Blood Rage. A success table, you're going to be doing plus and minus. Like I said, you're going to be rolling a D12, and that's how these things are going to work as far as successes are concerned. You know, your basic type of rules, I really don't want to go too much into it, because we're going to do a playthrough and explain the whole thing, and I think you're really going to like it. How to affect with terrain and so forth and so on. But here's the thing that really gets you. Like I said, the action points usually are basically 2, but there are some things that you can have that have more than 2 action points, and that's very interesting. The way it works is, of course, I want to make sure that I cover everything the best I can, and like I said, we're not going to cover everything in here, but the phases, that's exactly. You're going to have a HQ phase, and that is concerning the Morpheus engine and any rules specific to Ragnarok. Initiative phase, you're going to roll to see who has initiative. Activation phase, you're going to go back and forth between each other. Okay, so you are going to move 1 model, and then your opponent will move 1 model in your group. You're going to have an end phase, which is going to be basically a cleanup phase. I'm going to move on here. So, look, you even get Loki. Odin is in this. And some of the pictures I was just looking at, and I went, yep, this all is going to work into it. Even the guy in the front, you know, Valkyries and things such as that. Look, see that? Tell me that isn't one of those guys. And another guy from that you can use. Oh, who does that look like? Yeah, that's right. We can get him involved. You know, one of the big monsters in Blood Rage. I think this just really fits with those figures. And that's not taking away the fire giant. You can use that in place and break up your different clans. And you know, you if you have everything, you'll have all the different clans for it. The Winter Wolves and things like that. Dire Wolves. I believe there's some wolves in there, so you can break those all down. A lot of things you're going against each other, and yet there are so many things that the Earth Elemental, the Fire Elemental. We painted that dude, right? Oh, remember the troll? Yes, that big troll that they have there. So there's a lot of things that you can repurpose, or even if you go and find specific models that you want to use. This really does some things, and I really think that you'll enjoy the campaign as well as the scenarios of this. I mean, just fantastic. It comes in this beautiful hardcover. It's going to be $35 US, I believe, and that will be coming out May 30th, and I think you will really like it. But the best thing to do I like it? Do I think that it'll work? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go up top and check out and get my final thoughts on Ragnarok. Heavy metal combat in the Viking Age. I mean, look at that dude. That guy's cool. Let's head up top. Heavy metal combat in the Viking Age. Now, you just saw what I saw, okay? This is fantastic. This comes out May 30th. I really highly suggest it. Easy to play. Like I said, 2d6, a d8, you're off and running. 3x3. Just a fantastic rule set. And I love quirky stuff like this, and it's not even quirky. It is so solid. It is so fantastic. It found repurpose for some things that I really like. And having all that Blood Rage, you know, I don't get the chance to play with many people, so playing, you know, one-on-one in Blood Rage isn't much fun. But taking all those models and using it for this, the minute I open this up and start reading this, I go, oh my God, my Blood Rage figures have purpose. They do. And this is just a fantastic system. I love the scenarios and everything that comes with it. Listen, May 30th, make sure you get your a copy of this, because I guarantee you there will not be a lot of them when it all said and done. There you know, Ragnarok. Check it out. Heavy metal combat in the Viking Age. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob, and we will see you soon.